All right, so got cut off. Sorry about that weird jump. So back to the cattle panel. I would put a T-post directly between the two here of the plants, the two sets of plants. Put the cattle panel right between the two with a T-post. Run that up so that it comes up and makes an archway to meet the fence here. And basically what you would be looking at is me being able to walk directly under my trellis that would go from here to here, and my cucumbers would be growing over that trellis, and the fruit would be hanging down, and I would be able to harvest from there. So easier harvest, but the real focus for that is cucumbers tend to have a tendency to get dry rot, bug infestations, and leaf rot. So the more up I can get them, the more I can have them off the ground, the better. The less likely to have those issues. And seeing as I would really like to keep my cucumbers, I'm gonna give it a try. I have a little area over here. This is my memorial garden to my little puppies that recently passed. I've got a butterfly lantana in each one of, on top of each one of their little grave sites. They're sweet babies. So letting them have a beautiful little garden with some irises, and I have no idea what this plant is. So if you do know what this is, please comment down below and let me know, because I found it somewhere. It's a beautiful little variegated leaf on it, and I thought it was a lovely vine. It spreads according to the person that I got it from. They don't know what it is. I have some Carolina sweetbush in here, which I don't know if that's its real name, but it's got these beautiful crimson flowers that form on it. But this little bush guy I got from a clipping as well. His little friend behind him's not doing as well. May or may not have forgotten to water him once or twice. You know, just new plant owner. Trying to do my best. I've got the irises and the lantana in there, and then that sweet bush. This should really fill out, especially with the two lantanas. If I just let them do their thing, they will have their good old time in there and make a big old plant. I trimmed my rose bush, and it decided to explode, but only out of one limb. Just this one. Just that one decided to just have an explosion of flowers. I think the other ones are kind of just concentrating on going up, which I gotta kind of direct them a different way, because that's not gonna work so well for me. I've got one other area over here to show you. This is more of an herb garden, a nursery, what have you, and a sunbathing area, because you know, sunshine's fun. My plants love it. I love it. Can't get mad at that. I have got a butterfly mint, which kind of similar to the lantana. It grows big, it gets bushy, it gets those flowers and attracts the butterflies, but it's in the mint family. So these leaves, when you pick them, I don't necessarily think I would eat them, but they smell amazing. Of course, I've got a gardenia bush just about ready to just lose itself in flowering. I am ecstatic. I actually just picked the first blossom off of it yesterday. Smells amazing. I've got beans in pots, which I don't know if this is the right way to start them, but unfortunately, since I don't have my dirt yet, I gotta do something and give it a try. Worst case scenario, half of them die. That's okay. I've got way more seeds. I can plant again next year. But I've started them in pots, which is not particularly recommended by anybody, including me. I think that if there's a tried and true method that works, stick with it, right? But I am in unusual circumstances, so I'm giving the best I got here. That's golden snap beans, get my brain together this morning, and green snap beans. I've got over here, I've got cilantro and some variegated sage. Get my brain working. How beautiful is that sage? I think that's so pretty. And then of course my little cilantro friend here, just recently got trimmed real hard because he decided to grow extra tall, and I don't particularly like that. I don't have the room for that. And then he started to try and flower, which means he will taste bitter. So I had to trim him up and give him the what for. I have this plant, and if any of you, and I mean any of you, know what this is, please comment down below. But I've got, not that anybody's going to be watching this a bunch, but just in case somebody gets excited, this little guy I found when foraging for plants at my my boyfriend's father's place. Don't know what he is, but he was pretty, and I took him. Same thing with this one. This one only blooms in the morning. It has these beautiful little purple flowers. They're beautiful. Well, they're kind of a bluey purple, maybe a paisley. I don't know. Paisley's not a color. Paisley's a pattern. Anyway, this thing loves water, hates to be dry, doesn't really like a lot of sun. Put it over here with my herbs because it gets some sun, but it's not going to get like bombarded like some of the other places. I've got a rosemary bush trying its best to exist. I've been trying to propagate it, but I'm not very good at the rosemary yet. I tried it. I killed 2 of them. I just concentrating on propagating my lavender, see how that goes first, which one of them is still alive, so it's going okay. I've got some garlic chives here, those pretty little things. See if they spread for me, because that would be fantastic. I would love a consistent. Here's the supply. Here's the Solomon seal that I was speaking about for the trellis. I think I might add these little guys over there as well. They're like little grape flowers. They're quite beautiful. No particular smell to them, but they're pretty. I've got peppers here. These are California Golds. These ones are the Serrano. Sorry, this one is the Serranos. And then the California Gold. They are sad looking right now. And I know that they have got to go in the ground. I'm hoping they last. Worst case scenario, they unfortunately die on me. And I have to buy more, which would be okay. Not ideal, but it'll be alright. And then I've got some marigolds here that are going to go around the garden, and they're suffering a little bit as well, but I may just transplant them into a large container until like tomorrow or something. Today, maybe tonight when I get off of work, but they can be transplanted and just sat over there. That would be better than nothing. I would prefer to have them in the ground, but I'm not going to be a picky girl about that. I have my parsley over here. I had the parsley planted in with some other herbs, but unfortunately they just didn't like each other. This particular one, to be specific. So I transplanted him and put him in with this other parsley plant, and they seem to like each other. I'm hoping that they will spread and fill the pot. I do have this little guy in here with them. I believe it's some sort of aloe or something. If that's not right, let me know as well, because I would love to know what his real name is. But I found him as well, same place, my boyfriend's father's home. Over here I've got some more sage. This one's just a regular variety. It's not the variegated one, not as pretty, but they taste the same. So I've got a little marjoram here and some more thyme. I had thyme in this pot as well. This is one of the lemon thyme though. And then this beautiful little plant, which actually I keep forgetting what it's called. It's a Riviera Marine Blue Lobelia. No, Lobelia. Yeah, Lobelia. Sorry. Welcome to Jackie Learning to Read. I've also got a beautiful little spearmint in here. I've had very good success with propagating him, but that is not a surprise. Everybody says how easily you can grow mint. Just throw it on the ground and hope to God it doesn't take over your yard. It's usually how that goes. But so to build up my wall, just going to show you a couple more things. I've got, these bricks are not mine. These bricks are for something else. But underneath these bricks are these beautiful pallets. Say hello to my future garden. these little bad boys are going to get taken apart once we get all this stuff off of them this week. And they are going to go to build the walls of my beautiful little raised bed over there. Mainly because our soil, as you can see, welcome to Georgia, is it's pretty much all clay underneath a very thin layer of valuable soil. Some of the places are thicker than others and they grow wonderfully and I have no problem, and others are just crap out of luck. So building a bed is just the smarter, easier way, especially over there where I currently have it located, because there is a sewage pipe somewhere between that house and the backyards, or the center there. So can't dig down very deep. So I have to really only have the option to go up. I have this little area, but this is more of a personal fun time thing that I'm doing for myself. This is it started out as a fairy garden because these rocks have always been here since I can remember. And I thought, oh, it's like the old Irish tales where they say that if you find a cluster of rocks growing wild, you leave it be. The fairies are there. That's where they occupy. That's their whatever. But I just thought it was a really pretty little corner that would do lovely with the ferns that I have fallen in love with. And I've got a little asparagus fern, and then I don't know the name of the other one. I have it over there. You can't really see it that well, but there's two little ferns, and then there's a couple of plants that I found that I found in a very shaded, wet area. This is pretty shaded most of the day, so I'm figuring I get a little moss to grow on these rocks, and I get the ferns to grow in there. But I've decided that it's no longer going to be a fairy garden. I found these beautiful stump, which I don't know where it's gone to. It was the stump from digging up an azalea bush, and it was beautiful. It wasn't beautiful in the sense that it was aesthetically perfect and beautiful and blah blah blah, but that it was perfect for my little fairy garden because it had a lot of dirt around it and I could plant little plants on it, and it was kind of gnarly looking and fun. So hopefully, oh, there it is. Hopefully I can get it up there, put a little dirt in it, find little baby plants that would thrive well in a low light, moderately moist area. And there's my little stump. It's very little, mind you, very little, but it's kind of gnarly and odd looking, and I think that's what I like the most about it. It's because it just doesn't, it's not perfect. It's not classically pretty. But that's my garden tour, and if you stuck around, thanks. And my dog's chasing a bee, sorry. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you want more, because I will keep you updated on how everything's growing, you can keep watching and enjoy. Like or subscribe. I don't really particularly have any desire for that, but if you're interested in that, you're more than welcome. And thank you for watching.